This lesson is on linear automobile depreciation. This is section 5 of unit 4. The quote for this lesson is, "If the automobile had followed the same development cycle as the computer, a Rolls-Royce would today cost $100 and get 1,000,000 miles per gallon." This is a quote by the gentleman by the name of Michael Moncure. And basically what it's saying is that there's been such advances with the computer that in terms of speed and lower price and everything like that, if the same development cycle had occurred with the Rolls-Royce, its cost today would be minimal and it would get a huge miles per gallon figure. The objectives of this lesson are to write, interpret, and graph a straight line depreciation equation. As usual, we have a number of key terms that we should understand the definitions for. The first of these is straight line depreciation. This is a depreciation method that models a constant decline in the value of something. Okay, it doesn't increase or decrease, it's a constant decline. It's a same slope, if you will. Obviously, the next term is slope. The slope of the line is the numerical value of the inclination or declination of that line and is expressed as a ratio of change in the vertical divided by change in the horizontal from one point on the line to another. And you might remember this from math as being rise over run. Okay, the next term is straight line depreciation equation. This is a linear model of depreciation using the equation y equals mx plus b. If you remember, again, back from math class, y equals mx plus b is the equation of a straight line. M is the slope, b is the y-intercept. The next term is expense function. This is the algebraic representation of the cumulative amount of money spent at any given point in time. The next is fixed expense. This is expenses that do not change based on the quantity produced. Okay? You have a fixed cost, for example, a warehouse or a manufacturing building. No matter how many parts they produce, they're still going to have to pay the same rent or mortgage on that building. That does not change regardless of the number of parts they produce. And then the last term is variable expense. These are expenses that depend on the number of times produced, okay? So, obviously, if you're producing a product, if the more product you produce, the more raw materials you're going to need. So that's what we mean by variable expense. All right, let's look at our first example here. Suppose that you purchase a car for $27,000. According to your online research, this make and model of car loses all of its marketable value after 12 years. That is, it depreciates to a value of $0 12 years after the purchase date. Assume this car depreciates in a straight line form. Okay, so this is the data we're given, all right? So the first question is, what will the intercepts of the equation be, okay? And remember, intercepts are where it crosses the x-axis and where it crosses the y-axis. Now, we know at time 0, okay, the value of the car is $27,000. So when time is 0, value is 27,000. So there's one intercept. Then at time t equals 12, the value is $0. So the other intercept is going to be 12, 0. So we've got one intercept here, which is 0, 27,000. And the other intercept is going to be 12, 0. Most likely, if you were to graph this, the x-axis would be the time and the y-axis would be the value. The next question is, what is the slope of the straight line depreciation function? And basically, we can use our 2 points of our 2 intercept points and figure out what the slope is. and that comes out to be 27,000 minus 0 over 0 minus 12, or minus 2,250. Now notice it's minus because the value is going down. The slope is negative. It is going down as you're going to the right. Next question is, again using the same data, let's graph the straight line depreciation. Well, remember our formula is going to be y equals mx plus b. Now m is the slope, which we already figured, and b is the y-intercept, and we actually figured both intercepts out. So our equation, therefore, becomes y is equal to minus 2,250x, remember that's the slope, plus 27,000, which is the y-intercept. Now, if we were to graph it, it would look like this. Starting up here at 27,000, going down to 0 at time 12 years. So let's look at our next example. Suppose that Jack purchased the car 5 years ago at a price of $27,600. According to research on this make and model, similar cars have straight line depreciated to 0 after 12 years. How much will this car be worth after 66 months? So very similar problem to before, but now we just want to determine the value after 66 months. So initially we're going to look at our intercepts. Same as the previous problem, we can figure out what the intercepts are. Once we know the intercepts, we can figure out the slope. Again, notice it's negative, negative 2,300. So again, we're going to look for an equation in the form y equals mx plus b. We plug in the slope and one of the intercepts, the y-intercept, and we get this for a formula, okay? Now, we want to figure out the value after 66 months. Well, this equation here is x is in terms of years. So how many years is 66 months? So in place of x, we're going to plug in 66 divided by 12. That'll give us the number of years. And if we crank out the numbers on our calculator, we come out with the value after 66 months will be $14,950. Okay, let's look at example 3. The straight line depreciation equation for a car is y equals minus 4,000x plus 32,000. In approximately how many years will the car's value decrease by 25%? Well, we know the original price of the car must have been $32,000 from the formula. 75% of that comes out to be $24,000. So the value will decrease by 25% is going to be the same as saying the value is 75% of what it was originally. Again, we look at our formula. Our formula is y is equal to minus 4,000x plus 32,000, which we were given. I plug in 24,000 for y, which is going to be the new value of the car. And if I solve for x, I come out with x is equal to 2 years. So in 2 years, the value will decrease by 25%. Here's yet another example. Celine bought a new car for $33,600. She made a $4,000 down payment and pays $560 each month for 5 years to pay off her loan. She knows from her research that the make and model of the car she purchased straight line depreciates to 0 over 10 years. A, create an expense and depreciation function. So our expense function is simply y is equal to 560x plus 4,000. The 4,000 represents her initial down payment. 560x is how much she's paying per month. Now her depreciation function, it was initially $33,600. It goes down to 0 in 120 months. So the slope, therefore, would be 33,600 minus 0 over 0 minus 120, okay? And that comes out to be minus 280. So our depreciation function is y is equal to minus 280x plus 33,600. So if you recall the original, the next question is to graph these functions on the same set of axes after you've gotten the two functions. Okay, so here's the two straight line graphs. Her expense function is represented by this, okay? And it's going a slope going positive because as time goes on, she's paying, adds up more and more and more money. The other line is the depreciation function, which shows that it is depreciating in value. The value is going down, 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 all the way down to 10 years. Now we want to consider the next thing, is to interpret the region before, at, and after the intersection point. Because recall that they did. So if we look, and I did this on Desmos, I find that my point of intersection has coordinates 35.24 and 23,733.33, okay? So 35.24 is the number of months, okay? And then the 23,000 is the value at that point. So if we consider the point right where they intersect, that's where the value of the car has come down to a point equal to the amount she has spent, all right? After that, she's going to have spent more money than the car is worth. Before that, she's going to have spent less money than the car is worth, okay? So that you might think of as sort of being the sweet spot right there, is where the value has come down. It is now equal to the amount she has paid out, and so those two values are equal right at that point. All right, let's look at another example. Suppose that your car straight line depreciates monthly over time. You know that after 12 months, your car was worth $24,600. According to an online car value calculator, after 23 months, your car is now worth $21,850. How much does the car depreciate each month? All right, so what we're talking about here is something called an arithmetic sequence, okay? And we're going to use this formula here. This is the formula for an arithmetic sequence. And what this formula says is the last term, or whatever the nth term of the sequence is equal to the first term plus the number of terms minus 1 times the difference, okay? So we know that at 12 months, the value is 24,600. So therefore, I've got 24,600 is equal to the first value plus, we're talking now after 12 months, so it's 12 minus 1 times D, or 24,600 is equal to A1 plus 11D. After 23 months, it's equal to 21,850. So I plug those numbers into the same equation, and I get 21,850 is equal to A1 plus 22D. So now I've got two equations and two unknowns. Now I've written those two equations simply over here. Now, if I subtract the bottom equation from the top equation, the A1s cancel. And what am I left with? 2,750 is equal to minus 11D. If I solve for D, that means D is equal to minus 250, or the car depreciates $250 each and every month.